Guys, alright, so today we're looking at the Lydian mode, and in order for you to play the Lydian mode, I've just shown you the easiest way to do it. All we're going to do is we're going to think of it as another scale, and we're going to take a major scale and change one thing about it in order to make it a Lydian mode. It's really easy stuff. If you haven't seen my other video on how you actually construct major scales, go back and watch that because we build up upon that, and now I'll show you what to do. So I'm going to show you how to turn a C major scale into a C Lydian scale. If you wanted an A Lydian scale, then you'd write A major scale on the board. Or if you wanted an F Lydian scale, you'd write an F major scale on the board. And just by following that rule of tones and semitones that I showed you in my major scale video. And here's another link of that now. And so, alright, so we'll start off, we've got a major scale, and all we do to the whole major scale, to make it from a major scale to a Lydian mode, is we just sharp the fourth note, okay? So the fourth degree in the major scale just goes up one semitone. It goes higher. So it goes up a semitone, up a fret on a guitar, or up a key on a keyboard or a piano, okay? So the F, up a semitone, it's between F and G, goes up to F sharp. Now that is in a C major scale, so if you had another scale, you just have to remember that the fourth degree goes up a semitone, goes higher. Okay. Alright guys, so now that we have the theory on understanding how to change a major scale into a Lydian mode, we're going to play a Lydian mode in the 8th position, okay? And I'll show you long distance of how to play it, and then I'll show you and give you a close-up. Really easy, there's only one change to the major scale to turn it into a Lydian mode, okay? Super easy. Here we go. Alright guys, we're looking at the Lydian mode, and because we're playing a C Lydian mode, we're going to start off on the C note, which is the 8th fret on the low E string. Okay, then you're going to play the second note, which is your pinky on the 10th fret of the low E string. Drop down a string, first finger on the 7th fret of the A string. This is the note that you raise, okay? Third finger on the 9th fret of the A string. That's the raised note. Pinky on the 10th fret. Drop down a string, first finger on the 7th fret, D string, third finger on the 9th fret, D string, pinky on the 10th fret, D string. That's the first octave. So here's a major scale. Here's the raised fourth note in the Lydian mode. So similar, yet a little bit different. So continue from there. So pinky on the 10th fret of the D string. That's the C note again. Drop down a string. First finger on the 7th fret of the G string. Then second finger, do a little bit of a stretch. Second finger on the 9th fret of the G string. Pinky on the 11th fret of the G string. That's the raised note, then hold that position. Second finger on the 8th fret of the B string. Pinky on the 10th fret of the B string. Then last string, first finger on the 7th fret of the high E string. And then second finger on the 8th fret of the high E string. And put them both together. Now I'll show you a close-up. Alright guys, so now I'm going to give you a quick close-up of how to play the Lydian mode, alright? Now because it's the C Lydian mode, we're starting here on the 8th fret, yeah? So second finger on the 8th fret of the low E string. Pinky then on the 10th fret. Drop down a string. First finger on the 7th fret of the A string. Then this is the raised note, so instead of in a major scale you'd use your second finger here, but it's a raised fourth, so we use our third finger instead. So third finger, 9th fret A string, pinky on the 10th fret of the A string, drop down a string, first finger on the 7th fret of the D string, third finger on the 9th fret of the D string, and then pinky on the 10th fret of the D string, which is our other C note. So that's the first octave. Continuing from there, so pinky still, the first note of the second octave is C, so pinky still on the 10th fret of the D string. Drop down, 7th fret of the G string. Then with your second finger, 9th fret of the G string. Then stretch pinky on the 11th fret of the G string. Hold that position. Second finger on the string below on the 8th fret of the B string. Pinky on the 10th fret of the B string. First finger on the 7th fret of the E string. And second finger on the 8th fret of the E string. And that's the C note, that's the last note. Together. Great, well done. Now I know I say this a lot, but it's a very important point. The best thing about any of these modal shapes that I show you is you take that one shape, so I'm just going to show you the first octave again, the C Lydian mode. You take that one pattern or shape and you move it anywhere and you've got any corresponding Lydian mode. So for example, if we take this pattern that we're doing here, and it's C because our first note is C of the pattern. If we change the first note, which is a C at the moment, if we change it to an A, then we're going to get the A Lydian mode. And we don't change any of the fingerings, keep the same fingerings, just start on a different fret. So this is the A Lydian mode. Exactly the same fingerings, yeah? Easy. Well done guys, that's it. So we've done the Lydian modes now, and now once we've finished this sort of modal series that we're doing at the moment, very exciting, we're going to do something completely new and different, and it's going to be giving you the knowledge and the power to sort of look down and understand the whole fretboard, which will make it so much easier for soloing or finding chords or creating chords or writing. It'll help everything, all about the fretboard and learning the neck, okay? But for now, just keep practicing these modes, and then I'll make more videos later on in just showing you different licks and different riff ideas and different chords that you can make out of these modes. Otherwise, I'll see you guys soon. See you later.